we're going to solve multi-digit multiplication problems. You must be a master at multiplication if you're ready for multi-digit multiplication. So let's get started. Today we're going to review some vocabulary that goes with multiplication. The numbers that you're going to multiply, the first number is called a factor. The second number is also called a factor, but the answer that you are looking for is called the product. So you can think about it as factor times factor equals the product. We're going to review the lattice multiplication method today on this particular video. It's one of the many strategies you can use to solve a multiplication problem. In order to solve using the lattice problem, you need to set up a box first. So here my problem, the first factor is 24 times 39. That's the second factor. So in order to set up my problem, I have my box set up, and it is a 2-digit by 2-digit. So I've created a box that has two spaces, one on top for the 2 and the other on top for the 4. Going along the side, I have one space for the 3 and another space for the 9. In order to move forward in this lattice, I need to make what is called a lattice. So I'm going to split up my boxes all in half. So the bottom corner, this box cut in half, and the second, drag it all the way down, and my next box. Now I've made columns. After I make columns,
Bus number 16 has arrived.
I'm able to start multiplying. I start with the 4 and multiply it by 3. 4 times 3 is 12. So I split up my 1 in the first half of the box and my 2 in the second half of the box. I'm going to stick with this 4 and multiply it with the 9. 4 times 9 is 36. I'll put my 3 in the top space and my 6 in the bottom. So notice how the top box is always for the number that's in the tens place, and the bottom half of the box is for the number in the ones place. Now that I've filled these two boxes, I'm going to move over and use the 2. 2 is now going to multiply with 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Since 6 is a 1-digit number, I have no 10s and 6 1s. Last but not least, the 2 will now multiply with the 9. 2 times 9 is 18. All my multiplication is finished, and now I am able to add. My addition goes down the columns this way. So 6 is not going to have anything to add with, so I'm going to bring it down underneath. 8, 3, and 2 are going to be added together. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 3 will stay on the bottom, and 1 will be regrouped into the next column. Now I'm going to continue adding. 6, 7, 8, 9. And there is nothing to add with the 0, and I don't need to keep it there. So now I have my answer on the bottom, 936. So 24 times 39 is equal to 936. So that is my product. Okay. On the next page, I have a 3-digit number times a 2-digit number. Remember that before we only had 2 spaces for 2-digit numbers. Now that we're getting a 3-digit number, I need to make 3 spaces. Here's 1 space for my 3, 1 space for my 9, and 1 space for my 2. On the other side, I'll have 1 space for the 1 and another for the 4, and I can separate it. Again, we need to make the lattice part of the boxes, so I'm going to draw my horizontal lines, splitting up each of those boxes. I drag them out so I know that that's where my answer is going to be put. All right, switch up the color here. Let's do anything times 2, I'm going to put in orange. So the first one, I'm going to take 2 times 1. Anything times anything times 1 is always going to be the other number. So I'll put 0 and 2. Next I have 2 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. So 0 tens and 1 8. All right. Now anything that I'm going to multiply with 9, I'll write in blue. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 4 is 36. Now moving over to 3, I'm going to use green to represent anything multiplied with 3. So 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times 4 is 12. Now I'm able to add down my columns. So I'm just highlighting those columns so you could see where I'm going to be multiplying, making them into little arrows so you can see where we're going to write our answers. Okay, switching back to black. 8 plus nada is 8. 6 plus 2 is also 8. 9 plus 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Carry that 1. 3, 4, 5. And I don't need to bring the 0 down. I can just keep it where it is. Now my full complete answer is 5,488. I found the product, 5,488. All right, there we have it. Good luck to you on your multiplication. Comment below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. I am here to help you and all other math students. Good job. Thanks for listening.